This is Capital T Truth. Here we expose the beliefs, patterns, and trauma loops that have kept you limited. I'm Larry Yatch, a former Navy SEAL officer and entrepreneur who learned the hard way that the strategies that create success can also quietly destroy the quality of your life. This work exists to expose that truth. If you're ready for freedom through alignment, you're in the right place. I can almost guarantee that your definition of success guarantees that you will never experience it, especially if you're an above average performer. Success is not a goal or objective. When that opens up, like, oh, if success is not a goal or objective, what is it? And the first thing that had to shift in me to understand what it was to understand that it's an experience of a human being. Right? It's not a car, it's not a promotion, it's not an amount in the bank account, it's not a position. It can't be a goal, a thing. It has to be an experience of a human being. We can make a distinction between accomplishments and success. So accomplishments are goals or objectives that we put effort towards achieving. That produces an accomplishment. Accomplishments are measurable, they're in the world, we can see them. Success is the experience of a human being. So you can produce accomplishments and not experience success. Welcome back to Capital T Truth with Vicky and Larry. So we have done a bunch of different types of these podcasts, and this is going to be a surgical one. What I mean by that is we are going to hit a very important topic. This is a foundational topic to be able to create the life that you want in your relationships, in your personal life, or in business. And I would say this one, particularly for entrepreneurs out there, can be very heavy, very hard hitting. And what we are sure to leverage is if you're a high performer in any domain in life. What I mean is if you perform better than average in just about anything, if you are better than average at school or sports or business, all the way to being exceptional, I can guarantee that your performance, your above average performance ensures that you have this backwards. You have this wrong. And what this is your understanding of what success is in your life. And what I can say, and I say this whenever I talk about success, I say that I can almost guarantee that your definition of success guarantees that you will never experience it. And so I'm going to say that again because this is a big statement. Your definition of what you understand success to be will guarantee that you will never experience that success, especially if you're an above average performer. And so we're going to hit success from all different angles. And more than anything, my intent for all of you is to change your understanding of success. And then as you probably become used to, I'm going to give you a formula as to how to produce it on demand. And once you understand that formula, now all of a sudden you go from a life where you can never experience success to where you can create the experience of success whenever you want to in any domain. And so this is going to be a big one.
You know, it's funny because when you think you were talking about success, I was just, of course, reminiscing in my life. You know, success is, even in high school, like what would I think success is? What do I think success is as a mother? What do I think success is in relationship and career? And if I were to have to define it, I'd be like, well, I win and I feel good about it. The end. Success. Well, check. Check.
It's funny because I've given the speech on success.
Right.
50 times, 100 times, and in front of an audience, I always start the conversation with saying, okay, what is success, right? Because you have an audience, and the audiences I get to speak to are generally high performing audience. So I'm talking to people that have kicked ass and produced successes in their lives over and over again. And so in that room, when I say, well, what is success? Everyone knows the answer. Like they're all very confident, and I can predict what their answer is going to be, which is exactly what you just said. the way I would rephrase what you just said was set a goal or objective and achieve it. Check. I'm done.
Yeah.
Success.
Win.
Right? And so we'll hear that over and over again.
Right.
Success is setting a goal or objective
Yeah.
and then achieving it. And as soon as you achieve that goal or objective, you now have success.
Right. But what is success really?
Well, even before we go into what it is really, so for you, I'll ask you, and then it's the same thing out there.
Okay.
And I would say even for the audience, think of a success that you have achieved.
Okay.
Right? In the success, what did you achieve in this thing you were thinking of?
Okay. Work. So career.
Like what?
Like
Give me a specific one.
Going all the way at the top.
Meaning?
And in what I wanted. So my goal, I hit it as far as promotion levels and at a very fast level.
Yeah, and so within, like, they have no idea what you're talking. I know what you're talking about,
Okay.
but it's actually meaningful what you produced.
Okay.
Right. So what was it like when you got to what specifically?
Oh, like my actual business?
What was the first success when you were to say in your actual business?
Okay.
And this will prove a point here in a second. So in your actual business, in your actual progression, when you started the business, there is something that you said, if this, then I'll have produced success. What was the first one?
Oh, well, one was a title. And then after that, it became like a monetary thing. Like,
Meaning what? Like the monetary one specifically?
like if I hit a certain dollar amount invested.
Of sale?
For me. Well, yes. Okay, yes.
Of sold.
If I sold this many of my product, then that was my first level probably.
Right.
Yes, sure.
And then when you got to that, what happened the first time?
Well, it was fine. And then I wanted to do more.
Oh, so you just moved the goalpost.
I just moved the goalpost, yes.
Right.
Yes.
So that's the same answer.
Right.
Anyone out there thinking about what was an initial thing, if I did X, I would be successful.
Yes.
And when you think about it anywhere in life, then I say, okay, well, what happens when you got it? How long did you enjoy it?
Oh, maybe a week. And then I was ready to go.
A week,
Yeah.
a
month maybe.
And then what's funny is that first time, maybe it was a week, right?
Yeah.
And then you set the next goal. Did you achieve it?
Yes, of course.
And how long were you successful in that? Experiencing success in that?
Oh.
Before you moved it?
Shorter than
Shorter.
a week. Yeah. Because once you build that confidence, you're like, oh, I could do that again and I could just do it better.
And then eventually you get to the point of you don't even get to the goal or objective. You get close and you make a new one before you even get there. So you don't even get to experience it then.
No.
And so I go back to the statement I said at the very beginning. Your definition of success is a goal or objective that once you achieve it, right? That is success.
Right.
If you do that, all you do is move the goalpost. Eventually, you produce it where you'll move the goalpost before you get to the actual goal or objective because you know you're going to. Therefore, you never get to experience success. You produce accomplishment after accomplishment, but you don't get to experience success.
Yes.
And so you've heard me tell this story. I should have wore my other shirt, my Porsche sweatshirt, because that would have been meaningful here.
Yeah.
So I had another podcast. I had a Porsche sweatshirt on because I'm a big Porsche fan.
Right.
And I remember being, I was still in the hospital, in Bethesda Naval Hospital, after the surgeon had said I was going to be unable to be a SEAL anymore, right? So what I thought was my true purpose in life was taken away by the surgeon's scalpel. And laying in that bed, it was that, well, you know what? I've been fighting for others' freedom my whole life. That's what I've been dedicated to. I want to fight for my own freedom. And I figured the best way to be free would be to start a business, be an entrepreneur. And for all you entrepreneurs out there, you know that is one of the worst lies in the world, that when you get to work for yourself, you get to be free, because the least free I've ever been is being the CEO of a startup. Not free. But in that hospital bed, I'm going to fight for my own freedom and be an entrepreneur. And so I was still in the wheelchair, went down to the little commissary thing and bought all the business magazines I could find, and started reading Inc. and Entrepreneur and all those. And I remember reading the magazines thinking like, oh, this is going to be easy. Like, no one's shooting at you. I got a roof over my head.
Right.
No mortars. Like, this is going to be cake. Like, this isn't going to be hard. And then like turn the page and there's an ad for Porsches. I'm like, ooh, you know what? And I remember sitting there at that moment thinking, I'll be successful in business when I can buy one of these Porsches. And I'm like, that's it. So my goal or objective was set, and I knew I would be able to be successful in business when I could buy that car. And so wasn't but couple years later, like produced enough success, bought the car. It was gray instead of red, but still, still there. How long did I get to experience the success of that car?
What did you even experience it when you got off the lot?
No, like this is you'll laugh at this.
Okay.
The sad part was I didn't have enough self-worth to accept that I deserved the car, even though I paid for it, even though I produced a business that could pay for it. I experienced guilt and shame every time I looked at that car.
Oh, wow.
Because of the no self-worth. Yeah. So how much success did I get to experience in buying that car? Zero. I actually got the opposite of that.
Right.
And then this is where the story gets funny. What happened to the car? I totaled it. But
I didn't know that part.
Oh, no, this gets even better.
Okay.
So I was at the time a licensed racing driver. I was instructed at a race course. The Navy had put me through 3 different advanced driving things. Like, I'm an excellent driver. I have driven in some of the worst environments and some of the fastest environments. The fastest cars never once wrecked. I totaled that car at 7 miles an hour.
No. I do find that funny.
Everyone does. Like, I love it when I'm speaking on stage and
right.
and I totaled it, and they're like, oh yeah, of course. I'm like, no, but I was a racing driver and at 7 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And then everyone
because
laughs.
Everything has to go to shit for you.
Everything has to go to shit.
Of course you totaled
and
it. And
that
you
car
weren't even worth to have that car.
What did the car represent in my life?
Yeah. Pain.
Unworthiness.
Suffering.
Right. Unworthiness, pain, suffering. It didn't represent success. And so how did I wreck it? Everyone wants to know how I wrecked it at 7 miles an hour. I was in Minneapolis at the time, living in Minneapolis, having a big estate sale, selling a whole bunch of stuff at the house. And the last thing I had to do to prepare for the sale was move the car. This was November 21st. I remember the date.
Yeah.
And I was there really late, prepping all the stuff for the sale. And I got in the car to move it. And I was moving it 2 miles down the road to park it at a friend's place. And I opened the door and there's like 2 inches of snow.
Yeah.
And so I'm driving with my hazards on at like 10 o'clock at night down the road at 7 miles an hour, super slow, get to the top of a hill. As soon as I get to the top of the hill, the car goes sideways. And what was so sad about it is it turned sideways. I could have walked faster than it was going. And I had to just sit there as it gained speed and then hit a curb, a wall, and totaled the car. So
wow, that's impressive.
Oh yeah, yeah. And at the time, talked to one of my partners. They're like, "Yeah, no wonder you never thought you earned or deserved that car. So no wonder it's not in your life." And so, to me, that concept that I had a very clear goal and objective. Yeah. I produced the results to get that goal or objective because of my internal lack of self-worth. I lived in guilt and shame around the car, not experiencing success. So if success truly is setting a goal or objective and achieving it, I should have experienced success, but I didn't. No. And so that, to me, always serves as a very clear and painful, very expensive reminder that success is not a goal or objective. And when that opens up, like, oh, if success is not a goal or objective, what is it? And the first thing that had to shift in me to understand what it was to understand that it's an experience of a human being, right? It's not a car. It's not a promotion. It's not an amount in the bank account. It's not a position. It can't be a goal, a thing. It has to be an experience of a human being. The table cannot experience success.
Correct.
It can serve a purpose, and it can serve its purpose well, but it can't experience success. Only a human can experience success. And so that opens up a whole new understanding. This whole time we've been thinking that if we produce accomplishments, we get to have success.
Right.
But in our lives, there's all sorts of times where we produce accomplishments, but don't experience success. Do you have any?
Oh gosh, so many. I'm thinking of all the times that I've felt so unfulfilled when I hit something, whether that was being able to pay cash for a house, and it was a big house, and I had the goal board, did all the things in order to save the cash, and then be able to spend a couple $1 million on a house, and I did that. Then you get in the house, you're like, okay,
Empty.
Now we got to fill it up, and then you're like, oh wait, I need a bigger house.
Maybe that'll produce the feeling.
Produce the feeling.
The experience.
The experience, right. And so that was the first thing that came to mind. And even in the having one franchise, it wasn't enough. I had to have 45. Right? But I never, ever felt.
Yeah.
I felt I did it. Check, check, check. Accomplished. If it was a perfect piece of paper. But did I experience it? No, I don't think I ever have. Not yet. But where I feel right now in my life that I'm experiencing an abundance of success is what the work that I'm doing now.
Yeah. Personally.
And in relationship now with others, which is pretty awesome.
Which is going to be like, let's put a pin in that.
Yeah,
like
sure.
because for everyone there, we can't jump to the end
and
tell them exactly what it is, right? Or better yet, the formula. But what's neat is that when we go and get through that formula, I want to come back.
Okay.
And then we can look at what you were doing before that was producing accomplishments with no experience of success.
Right.
What you're doing now that is producing the experience of success, and see how the formula that we share lives here, doesn't live here.
I love that.
So cliffhanger.
Okay.
You'll have to wait till
Good
the end to
cliffhanger.
get to that.
But the good thing
piece.
to know about that is it doesn't have to be career.
No.
At all. It could be monetary, it could be in relationship, it could be in self, it could be with family. So this is for everybody when we speak of the word success.
Yeah.
For sure.
And the biggest piece that now on the rest of this podcast, we can make a distinction between accomplishments and success. So accomplishments are goals or objectives that we put effort towards achieving.
Right.
Like that produces an accomplishment. Accomplishments are measurable. They're in the world. We can see them. Success is the experience of a human being. So you can produce accomplishments and not experience success. And what's cool, I always talk about this being a 2-for-1 deal. So when I put my focus on producing an accomplishment, generally I produce the accomplishment, but I do not experience success. The reason being is the accomplishment comes from outside of me, and therefore I give up fulfillment. Anytime that I'm driven by a purpose from outside of me, external accomplishment, the great Porsche, right? That was an external accomplishment that I was trying to produce. Because that came from outside of me, I produced the accomplishment, but I did not feel the fulfillment because I didn't have the internally derived purpose. What's crazy is when you go the other way and you start focusing on producing the experience of success, now all of a sudden accomplishments tend to show up as well. You get a 2-for-1. But when we focus on accomplishments first, we often give up or sacrifice success. So then that leads us to what is success then, if it's an experience. And the way that I define it, or the specific words I use, and these are, they all come from a middle school curriculum that I built, was now 10 plus years ago. And it was 140,000 kids across the Midwest went through this leadership development or character development program. And one of the first things I had to do in this development program was to build a curriculum that was going to be taught by teachers, but the teachers union wouldn't allow me to train the teachers. So they had to be able to open character development the day of the lesson and teach things such as success, leadership, responsibility, communication to a 5th grader with no prep. And that required the distillation of these complex things into the fewest words possible. And so one of the first ones that I had to produce was success. Because in order to talk about why develop character, why lead in the classroom for children, you had to first connect it to success. And so the distinction for success was an optimized daily experience that's sustainable over time. And those two parts to that. We already know that success is not a goal or objective or a thing.
Right.
It's an experience. What type of an experience? An optimized daily experience. But the key part is the second half, sustainable over time. Because it's quite easy to produce an optimized daily experience today at the cost of my experience tomorrow.
Right.
But when you build optimized today with sustainability into the future, well, the easiest way I put it is, if you knew today was going to be awesome, it is, right? We haven't had an awesome day today. Yes. Tomorrow's going to be awesome. Next week's going to be awesome. And you've set it up so that next year is going to be awesome too. Yeah. Wouldn't that be successful? Like 100%.
Yes.
Now, what's crazy about that is when you look at most people, say today, you and I, we have a relationship, right? I care about you. Say I made today amazing for me. It's going to be awesome for me today, tomorrow, the next day, but not for you. Would that create an optimized daily experience for me?
For you, yes.
If I care about you?
Which of you am I talking about? Or talking to? Larry? Like the Larry? Yes, it would.
Think about it. So if I care about you.
Yes.
And I knew my day was going to be awesome today, tomorrow, and next week.
Yes.
And I knew yours was going to be miserable today, tomorrow, next week.
Okay.
Would I be able to be happy and fulfilled if I care about you?
No.
I'm surprised this is a hard question.
Sometimes he likes to trick me all.
What about you? Say you knew today was going to be amazing for you, but your partner, your children, their lives are all going to be miserable. All your employees, their lives are all going to be miserable. Could you be fulfilled and happy and optimized?
No.
It's an important question.
Yes.
Now, is your happiness dependent on their happiness?
No.
But when we live connected to someone else, we want them to experience the same light, joy, fulfillment that we have. And so if I live in a world where I have amazingness today and into the future for me and those I care about, have I produced some accomplishments?
Yes.
You had to have.
Yeah, you had to have. Yes.
That's where it's the 2-for-1 deal.
Got it.
Right?
Okay.
When I'm able to create that optimized daily experience sustainable over time for me and for those I care about, well, then accomplishments show up, but I don't have to focus on them. But what most of us do, especially if you're an entrepreneur out there, what most of you do is create an optimized daily experience for those around you at your expense, at the cost of your experience. And then all of a sudden, I can create accomplishments, I can better people's lives, but I end up suffering because my daily experience sucks.
Right. And that's the experience part.
And the focus on the right thing.
Right.
Thanks for listening to Capital T Truth. Subscribe, leave a review, and share this episode. As you know, the work doesn't stop when the episode ends. For more, visit the website at capitalttruth.org to submit a question to be answered live on a future podcast. We also invite listeners onto the podcast to work directly with me, where we dive into your personal strategies of survival and we solve them live. Until next time, live in Capital T Truth.